Hello, my name is ggforgoblinguide, and today we're gonna play Boros Burn. Let's get started. Alright, so for this list, well, this is the exact same list I played in my last videos, because I think it's still optimized to be the best list right now in the metagame. Right now, the metagame is kind of changing a bit, so towards like having more 4-color Omnath and Philidor Cat combo. So if in the next few leagues we see there are too much of these decks, we're gonna make some changes, but for the most part I think this list is okay. So let's get started. Let's go to run number 1. Alright, so we're currently in round number 1 with Boros Burn, and we're on the play. Bit too heavy on the lands, we're gonna take Mulligan. That is way better. I'm gonna keep. My opponent did not mulligan, so we have turn 1, turn 2. I guess it's gonna be just a Roof Bolt. So, as a small reminder, if you like seeing content of Boros Burn, you like to see more content for Modern Burn, well, I'm trying to post videos of Burn every single week. If you're interested in that, definitely check out my other videos and subscribe to ggforgoblinguide. So right now, I could have played the other Monastery and attack for like way more damage. But since this is a Burning Pool, I think Eidolon turn 2 is actually way better than Swiftspear plus a Bolt, because these are always going to do damage. I think this is a 4-color, or yeah, we see 3-color, but I think this is the 4-color arrow probably. So running 6, that's very good for us because Eidolon is going to deal a lot more damage. Alright, so actually I think we just cast everything here, and honestly I think it looks like game. My opponent is a bit in trouble right now. They need a Force of Negation, because now they're just dead. Yep, so go to sideboarding. So I'm guessing this is Omnath, 4-color Omnath. So let's bring the relics. Take out the Searing Blaze. Roiling Vortex. And I think it's gonna be probably 1 Roof Bolt, 1 Helix. So we didn't see much. We just saw Ren and 6, so I'm not gonna bring the path for now. I don't know if they're playing Omnath or Asile combo. We're gonna see. Alright, so this is also a pretty good hand. Let's keep. This is pretty much everything you want to see against Omnath. A lot of anti-life gain, pressure on, and an Eidolon. Of course, on the draw, it's not that great, but still pretty good. Alright, let's rock in Goblinguide. Back. Mystery Forest, my opponent takes 2. Opponent plays their land and pass turn. So now I think I'm just gonna attack for 2. They could have a mana leak up. Let's see if they want to use a spell here. They don't. I think I'd prefer my Eidolon to be leaked than my Roiling Vortex. I think I'm just gonna slam the Eidolon instead of the Vortex. And you cannot activate the Vortex anyways, so I think that's fine. I think this is a mana leak here. Yep. Not gonna pay. Pass turn. Now probably gonna see an Uro or Timely or Teferi. Or just passing the turn. That is also alright. Alright, so I think we just attack for 2. Forest. So far we didn't see any white. So maybe this is only Timur. Goblin guy actually did 6 damage. That's very good. I don't really have to play anything. I think I'm just gonna shock this in. Play my Spike and pass turn. Cause don't really to play my Vortex right now. Don't think it's great. I think I'd rather keep the Helix or Skullcrack up. Alright, so this is 4 color. 2 mana. Aether Gust. Yeah, that's fine. Thing is going to the bottom. I think Goblin Guide did his job. 1 mana deals 6 damage is pretty good to me. And also the reason I want to bottom it is because we have 4 mana next turn. And Goblin Guide doesn't give us nice curve. So I think now we just Helix them. They want to Cryptic Command this. They do. Okay. So Cryptic Command, my Helix tells me they might probably have a Force negation. That's very good. We're gonna play the Eidolon first, and then the Roiling Vortex. Because if they want to play the Force of Negation, they're gonna have to take 2 from the Eidolon. So this shuts down our life gain for 1 turn, which is not great. But if they don't have life gain, I think we just win the game. That's fine. I mean, they gain 1 life from this trade, so I'm fine with that. That is not the life gain that was threatening me. I was thinking more about Omnath. So I think if they just play a land and say go, I think we have a good chance at winning this game. So also I think, I'm pretty sure they don't have a Force in hand unless they just drew it. Because I'm pretty sure Roiling Vortex was a pretty good Force target. So we take 1. So let's attack for 2. And then have Skewer the Critics. Yep. So let's play Skewer the Critics, and we're gonna have Skullcrack plus 1 activation of Roiling Vortex up. Is pretty good. And I think we just hardcast the Skullcrack now. If they have counter magic, they're gonna take 2, and they're gonna take 1 at their turn. If they have a Force, they're gonna take 5. So I think there is not a lot of things that can get out of this one. I think we got it. Yeah. Now they're just dead, right? But on top, past turn, they're gonna die to Roiling Vortex. Yep. Nice. So let's get around number 2. Alright, so we're currently in round number 2. We're on the play with a pretty good burn hand, I'd say. So I'm gonna keep. Double Eidolon could be awkward in certain matchups, but most of the time they're matchups that Eidolon is going to be awkward, Searing Blaze is going to cover it, and vice versa. It's really rare that matchups you don't like either of those cards. That's really rare. So let's attack for 2, see what we're up against. Alright, so is this a mirror? Or which deck is it? Well, one information that we have is they're not lures, so well, they're Shadow, I think. Martial Arts tells me, yeah, Fit Shock. That's pretty much looks like a Shadow deck. Alright. Well, here we could have an interesting play. Wow, triple bubble. That's +3/+3, that's insane. We're taking 4 on turn 1, that's pretty insane. Alright. Down to 16. So here, like I was going to say, we have an interesting decision. Rather than play this obvious Searing Blaze, I think it'd be better just to slam an Eidolon. I think we attack no matter what. Because if we blaze the Swiftspear, they're gonna be down to 10. They can Fetch Shock and have a 6/6 Shadow. It's pretty huge, and we don't have any more burn spells right now in our hand. But if we play an Eidolon, they're gonna take some damage to kill it, and we're still gonna have the blaze. So I think it's just better to play our Eidolon here. Let's see what they reveal first. Because if it wasn't a Shadow deck, I would Searing Blaze for sure. Like, easy target, just kill your creature, deal 3 to you. But I don't really want to help them get their Shadow. And also, another consideration is that we could block with Eidolon if they don't have a removal spell. And by blocking or delaying Scourge of the Skyclaves from becoming too big. So let's see what they have. Okay. Take dude from this. Probably gonna kill my Eidolon here. Yep. Are they gonna Thoughtseize me? Or just play maybe a Shadow? If they just pass turn, I will be very happy. Okay, okay. Alright, so I think here we attack. See what they have. They might have Fatal Push. Now that we drew Boros Charm, I'm a bit more inclined to do play of just trying to burst them out of the game with like double spell, Boros Charm plus Searing Blaze in one turn. Because my plan here is attack them. They're gonna go down to 9 unless they have Fiddle Push. Let's say they don't have Fiddle Push, they go to 9. We play the Eidolon with a land. We pass turn. Unless they have Thoughtseize. At our turn, we can play Searing Blaze plus Boros Charm. Let's see if they have Push first. Okay. So, and also, once again, by playing the Eidolon, it gives us a chump blocker if we need to. Alright, Bone just concedes. That's alright with me. So, let's bring the palms, the 3 path. Most of the time, the Kor Firewalkers are not going to be great. I found out that in this matchup, yes, they have Lightning Bolts. Yes, they have Seal of Fire. They have Monastery Swiftspears, but I didn't see Soulscar Mage, and most of the time they're really important threats are going to be Shadows and Scourge of the Skyclave, and they're running Fatal Push. So I think I'd rather not bring the Kor Firewalkers in. All the Skullcracks are useless. I think the Eidolons on the draw is not great. They were okay this game, I guess. So, to myself, maybe keeping 2 on the draw. Relic is okay, but I didn't see Lurrus, so I'm guessing they don't have that much synergy with the Grave. So I'm guessing just bring Kor Firewalkers. I know I just said that they were not that great, but they are actually better than the rest of my sideboard. So I think I could do like 2 cores. Yeah, I guess on the draw, 3 cores are fine. And on the play, I think 3 Eidolons are better. If we do see like main deck Lurrus, I'm gonna bring the Relic. But since I didn't see Lurrus as their companion, I think Relic should stay in our sideboard for now. Okay, they revealed Lurrus. Is it me or didn't have it last game? Alright, I mean... Well, never mind. They have Lurrus. Okay, so I think this hand is a bit too slow. If I were against, like, Tron, I would probably keep, but on the draw against an aggro deck like that, and our only line is Fiery Islet, I think this is a mulligan. Alright, that's better, but we need our second white source, which we don't have. I think I'm still gonna keep because with Helix, I'm gonna put away Boros Charm so we can do turn 1 Rift Bolt, kill whatever creature they have. And I hope we can draw our second white source to play the Kor Firewalker. So probably game 3, if we go there, I'm gonna break some copies of Relics. And Boros Charm in this matchup is also not that great. But it's fine, like doing a little burst at the end of the game, just 4 damage to them, just to finish them off. I would love to see a second white source, a path, and maybe Deflecting Palm. That's what my opponent brought to the table. They kept 7. Just don't know what to play yet. Their last hand was very, very interesting. They kept like 3 Mishra's Bubble, Land Swiftspear, and like 2 other cards. Opponent, are you there? Yep. Oh, the shotgun is Sacred Foundry, that's interesting. This is Mardu Shadow. They'll probably have Path in the sideboard. Right, so I think Goblinguide is a fine top deck. I'm gonna play it instead of Rift Bolt, because Rift Bolt they know I'm gonna play it, so... Probably gonna kill a Swiftspear with my Helix. This Seal of Fire. Or Lightning Bolt. Yep, Seal of Fire. Fine. I'm guessing they don't have Thoughtseize because they would have done it before combat. Didn't draw a second white source. I Alright, so I think we just say go. Because if we attack, they're gonna use their Soul Fire for sure. And keeping Goblin Guide in defense if they decide not to kill it could also be an option. Another option would be to play Rift Bolt plus Lightning Bolt right now. But I don't think it's a good idea because we know they have a Shadow in the hand. We just want to delay them from playing the Shadow. I'd like them to take damage, or like I want them to play the Shadow by taking damage by themselves and not me doing the job. So, and also I like keeping Helix right now because if they play Scourge of the Skyclave, we can gain 3 and that will become a 1-1. That's pretty good. What is this? Is this a Scourge of the Skyclave? One's definitely playing to play slowly but taking their time. I mean, I do understand that against Burn, this matchup could be tricky. Like with the life total and stuff. Fortunately, we cannot do like Helix this and kill this because we have a Fiery Islet. Very unfortunate. But I think I'm gonna kill. Might have a protection spell. I think I'm gonna try to kill the Scourge here rather than the Swiftspear. Yep, that's fine. Alright, there's pass. I think I'm just gonna suspend Rift Bolt and pass turn. Like I said, I don't want to help them getting there with their Shadow. Probably just gonna use my Rift Bolt, my Lightning Bolt on the Swiftspear. They do nothing. Probably just gonna take it. Yeah, not gonna use my bolt now. Okay. Well, what is this? Thoughtseize? Oh, nice. Sure. Cannot kill it because I'm gonna take 1 by playing my Lightning Bolt, unfortunately. So the last card is Shadow, right? So we can Rift Bolt this, Lightning Bolt this, and they're not gonna have too much. And we know, yeah, we know they have a Shadow. Alright, so let's kill this. Fortunately, we cannot play our path because, like I said, it's gonna grow, so we cannot use it. So let's kill this. I think we can safely play our Swiftspear and not attack yet. Pass turn. This Kor Firewalker is a bit awkward. Probably just gonna kill my Swiftspear. That's fine. Alright, so they don't want to put their lures into their hand yet. Alright, a bit unfortunate, but I just have to say go. Can't play anything. Can pat this, but I think it's not really worth it. Okay, so now they can shock, bet shock, later shadow, or they could put lures into their hand if they want to. Yep, gonna take one. Alright, so we know they have shadow. We have the path for shadow. So I think I'm gonna start doing some damage to them. They're getting pretty low. Alright, pass turn. We need this Boros Charm. And no matter what they do this turn, I think we're good. Pretty sure. Yep, take one. Alright, so let's Boros Charm you. Well, just in case they have like clunked us, I don't know. Just in case. Yep. Nice, so nice little fun round 2. Let's go to round number 3. Alright, so let's go to round number 3. We are on the draw, round number 3. I think this is an okay keep. It's nothing extraordinary, but we have a good turn 2, so I'm gonna keep. Corpoline Gorge, go. That's interesting. We're gonna play Scalding Tarn, maybe make them think we're some type of blue deck. That's the main reason why I play Tarn. Bolt. Okay, so this is Dredge. Bad matchup. Very, very bad matchup. And they have a pretty good opening so far. So this Eidolon is really bad. This Searing Blaze is very bad. So everything is fine. And they have a Reunion turn 2 as well. Wow. I think we might concede before, so they don't know what we're playing. Because their turn 2 is very good. So they didn't get any chills, but still an awesome turn. I think we might have a chance. I'm gonna stay in the game. If they got like 3 chills, I would have just conceded right away, I think. So they can Ox next turn. I think I'm just gonna play Goblin Guide instead of Searing Blaze, their Press Amalgam. They're probably gonna chomp with a Narco. Let's see if they do. Gripping Chill. Well, that's annoying. Yep. Now we just say go. They're gonna dredge again. Do they have another dredger? Oh, they don't. Nice. They're actually going to draw this Narco. This Creeping Chill. That's nice. That's a good news. So they're probably gonna play their Ox. We can Blaze the Ox and Skewer their face next turn. Actually, do we want to blaze the Ox? Not too sure. Creeping Chill number 1. Two Creeping Chill, actually. Sure. Yeah. Cannot draw anything to help us. Alright, so against Dredge, all your relics. For palms. Eidolons is very bad. And this is gonna be Boros Charm. Let's go like that. Actually, nah. Gonna cut one Skewer. Because the thing I like about Charm is that you can like pass turn and have Charm or Skullcrack up. That's also nice. This is a pretty solid hand. I'm gonna keep. Double Relic is always something you want to see. So I think I'm gonna start with Guide and do double Relic next turn. Last turn. Nice, they drew Narco. That's pretty good for us. Alright. So play Relic. Relic. Attack. Rub Decay so they can blow up one of the Relic. And we pass turn. Oh, they cannot really activate, sorry. Shriekhorn. It's a bit awkward. But they could have done end turn Shriekhorn, then upkeep Shriekhorn. I think they should have done that, but I'm not a Dredge player, so what do I know? Yeah, we cannot do anything about that. Just this Abrupt Decay should be exiled. Whatever. Okay, so they have a tug. I think since we have Deflecting Palm and Lightning Bolt, we might just crack the Relic. Or we could wait because we have, actually we need our palm to get something. So we have our Skullcrack, so I think we're fine if they get chills. Yeah, I'm not gonna crack the Relic now. Yep, they whiffed. We can actually Deflecting Palm their Conflagrate for like 10 if they want to. They just deal 2 to this. Yep, you got it. And they pass. We're gonna bolt end of turn. Go to our turn. And we're gonna do the same thing pretty much. Pass turn. Alright, so they got one chill. We're gonna do what I said I was going to do, so response Skullcrack you. Yep, that will resolve. I think we can safely crack the relic here. Never mind, they have a Shriekhorn. So let's bolt them. I don't think they have too much in speed stuff. Unless they have Haggle. That's pretty much it. Alright, so then safely pass turn. Alright, so I'm gonna crack the relic here. I think that's pretty safe. It just went for like everything. Alright, just drew the kill. Go for it. They can have Nature's Claim, but yeah. Well, Deflecting Palm didn't do anything. Didn't do anything this round, but I think they're still fine. Yep. Let's go back to it. So this hand doesn't have any graveyard hate, but it's actually pretty solid hand. So because we have Skullcrack, Helix, Swiftspear. I think I'm gonna hope they don't have crazy turn 1 and 2 and we can manage to work with this hand. Because Relic doesn't win the game by itself, unfortunately. Alright, so they have Dredger. Let's hope their turn is not crazy. Alright, one chill. Wow. Wow. Well, that is kind of crazy. That is kind of what I was thinking for crazy. Well, at least there are only one chill left to go, so yes, we don't have to be afraid for chills anymore. I think I'm gonna suspend Riftbolt here because I need a white source, but I don't want to fetch Shock into it. Yep. Okay. So they didn't get anything. That's a Narco, but still, that's just a 1/1. That's fine. Well, let's start to go further face. Last turn. Wow. They actually got their last chill. That's crazy. Like 4 chills in the top half of their deck. Yep. So I know we could draw Searing Blaze, but I think we have too much white cards. We want our Sacred Foundry here. So, Goblinguide. Alright, best turn. So, might have a chance. Oh, an Ox is very, very good. Yep, I think it's gonna be... It could be close, depending on what they hit here. Okay, another Ox. Conflagrate. Conflagrate is very scary. How many prize amalgam do they have? 2? Alright, go to 4. I think I had to Helix here because they're just gonna go Conflagrate next turn, so I had to use my Helix a bit. Relic top deck would be pretty good, I think. Nope. Please guides, chumps. But I don't think we're gonna win this one. They have double Conflagrate. So they can go Conflagrate, deal 4 to both of these, and attack for a lot of damage. So I think we have to kill this. And we have to draw another Helix. Well, that is not another Helix. Yeah. I think even another Helix would bring us down up to 4. That's not enough. Wow, that was pretty close. Unfortunately, Dredge is very hard to beat with Burn. Still very close. Let's go to round number 4. Alrighty, so we are in round number 4. We're on the draw. This is a bad hand. Let's small. Wow, that's bad. That is pretty bad. Yep, let's small again. Alright, let's keep. Put Helix and Charm to the bottom. Hope that's good enough. Alright, so maybe this is it prowess? They multi 5 as well? Yeah, they did. They did multi 5 as well. This is gonna be a battle of who can win the game with not a lot of cards. But they have an advantage because we have only lava spikes in our hand. I would love to see a Searing Blaze on top. And them not having light up the stage or another creature. Okay, okay. So might get there. I think I'm gonna have to fetch Shock because we draw Helix or Boros Charm. It's like gonna be one of our best spells. They have another removal. Ew. Let me get Lightning Bolt. Yeah, they can use it at their turn to deal more damage. Yep. Stormwing. Stomp. Wow. Oh yeah, that's probably a one of. Well, let's play our spells. Fortunately, Lava Spike and Skullcracks are not good in this matchup. Alright, let's raise them. Real land. Okay. So Helix here would be very good. Oh, alright. So we might be dead next turn. Let's pass. Hope they don't have a Lightning Bolt. I think we're gonna take it and try to go for the win here. Yeah. Okay. Are we dead? Oh. Alright, so 1 mana spell. Not a creature. We're good. Oh. Kill this. We go to 3. They attack. We can actually survive. Unless they have 1 instant or sorcery or another creature. Which is pretty likely. We have to draw like Helix after that. That's also another issue. Yep. Alright, so Path to Exile in Deflecting Palms, Kor Firewalkers, Skullcracks out, Boros Charms out. Could have Dragon's Claw, but I think this is only like 1 or 2 of maybe 3. And the fact that this is not a Smash to Smithereens, I don't really like to bring it right now. And with this configuration, what I like is that you're like kind of control burn, which is nice. You have like 3 path, 3 Kor Firewalker. So you can actually just win even if they have Dragon's Claw. Ooh, that's not great. I think I'm gonna maul. Okay, that's better. Let's keep... I think I'm gonna put a Rift Bolt to the bottom. I like Eidolon on the play against Izet. This turn. Alright, so now we could decide to just play the add-on. Let's see what they have on top first. Alright, they do have Dragon's Claw. So I think I'm gonna play the add-on. They're gonna have to make the decision if they want to play the Dragon's Claw or have the Eidolon in their way. They're gonna take 2 from this. Yep. And then probably will attack. Oh, alright. So let's try to Lightning Bolt this. They have mutagen growth, maybe. They're gonna take 4 if they have growth. Alright, so attack for 4. Even if they have the Dragon's Claw, I think we're still in okay shape, because our Eidolon's still alive. And we have, like, shocks in our hand. Kill the Eidolon, sure. Yep. Alright, end of turn, I'm gonna try to kill this with the Helix. Just want my guide to go, like, every turn, attack for 2. Hope they don't have another removal. Armor foes, a bit annoying. Because that's gaining a life for free. Down to 7. We're gonna go up to 8 with this. Okay, they decide not to play the Morphos. Alright, so I think I'm gonna try to draw a card here. Okay. I'm gonna take 1 damage. I don't mind. Okay. Alright, so we have 6 in hand plus 2, that's 8, so we're not getting there. Next turn they have Stormwing. We're gonna have to kill it, but might be hard. I think we tried to just keep clearing the creatures. Okay, Goblin guy is pretty good. I think I'm gonna cast it. We don't have a lot of mana right now, so I'm gonna use my spells. Alright, so my opponent lets his guard down for 1 turn. So let's try to kill this. Pretty sure it's gonna resolve. Back. Lava Dart. Well, just 1 dart actually. Means they gain 2, they can kill my guide. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, this Dragon's Claw is putting a lot of work. We didn't see any had to Exile or Kor Firewalker so far. Like, I think one Kor Firewalker and we're getting out of this, like, difficult stage. Because I don't think they have Kozilek's Return in hand. Or if they had it, they are really patient, because I think they would have used it already, considering my double guides. Alright, so we take 6. We're getting low. Alright, so let's draw a card. Draw a card. Alright, not great, not great. Might be dead next turn, and there's the Kozilek's Return, killing my guide and not killing their creatures. I think you just played Kozilek's Return and attack for 8, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to die next turn. Alright, well, that's fine, because they still have lethal. Alright, so we're dead on board. We need to draw a path. Alright, that's game. Alright, so here's round number 5. Our last round with a pretty good hand. I'm gonna keep this. Alright, one is Tron. Probably just mono green Tron. Really hope this is not a list running practice main, because I have seen those lists lately, and it's very annoying. Like, I have seen a player play 3 Thragtusk game 1 against me, and that was quite annoying. So at least we're on the play, so that helps a lot. And we do have double creature on the play. For Burn against Tron, this is almost unbeatable, but my spells in my hand are not great right now, so let's see what I draw. And if they have like Tron turn 3 with the Thragtusk, could get a bit tricky. Okay, so they have the Tron. Ooh, that's interesting. Guys, we could go Helix plus Skewer, or we could go attack for 3, Skewer, pass turn, hold up Skullcrack. How much damage do we do if we go for this line? We're gonna bring them down to 12, plus the Skewer, they're gonna be at 9, and we have Skullcrack, Helix plus creatures, it's lethal next turn. If we go for the other line, they're gonna go down to 9, plus 2, 7, plus 3, 4, but we only have Skullcrack and Searing Blaze in hand, and we're not protected from life gain. I think I'm gonna go for the safer route, which is keeping my Skullcrack up, just because I got Thragtusk multiple times when I played against Tron lately, and actually it lost me the game, just not holding Skullcrack. So let's go for this line. I think this line is also fine because it means we keep our fetch for Searing Blaze. If they play like a creature, we have our Skullcrack up, and if they do nothing, we can just Helix them end of turn. I like this line. Yep. Fine. Probably gonna exile a creature here. Yep. Well, not quite lethal, but we're almost there. Alright. Back for one pass turn. No, they could like play this Karn. Oh, do they have Traktos? Please just play a Traktos in front of me. Yep. Oh my god. Well, we could have gone for it last turn, but I think if they had Chromatic Storm last turn, they could have gone for it. So I liked the fact that we decided to be safer, and I think now they have no out. Wouldn't think. Yep. Well, why did they decide to exile my creature? It's weird. Yep, so I think this is the list with the multiple Thractos main. I lost to it few days ago, and I had to actually play 2 Skullcracks, and my opponent was playing 3 Traktos and 2 Withered Storm. That was pretty insane. Yeah. So against them, got the Blaze. Wear and Tear, I think is fine. I'm almost tempted to bring Roiling Vortex because they have so much life gain. But Roiling Vortex, it's a permanent, it's not great, honestly. And pathing, like they have Thractos instead of Wormcoil. Pathing a Thractos doesn't do much. I think I'm gonna bring the Roiling Vortex on. Not on the draw though. I think on the draw could be pretty bad. Alright, let's bring like one path and go like that. Yeah, pretty bad. I think I should have set out at least 2 copies of Eidolon there. I just forgot. I was still my mind was like on Roiling Vortex, but I didn't see that I had 4 Eidolons. Eidolon's definitely not a great card on the draw against Tron. On the play, it's better. On the draw, it's not extraordinary. I think I'm gonna mold this one. Alright, that's way better. I'm gonna put the Eidolon to the bottom. Because on the draw, you're gonna play a 2/2. They're just gonna go for Karn turn 3, Exile it. On the play, they could like play some maps, play some Chromatic Star into it, so that's already better most of the time. Alright, first turn. Really hope I could draw Boros Charm here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna play Mountain, and unfortunately, I'm just going to attack for 1. Because them getting 5 is gonna be way more difficult than just not taking 2 more damage here. Alright, so they did not have Tron here. So end of turn, probably just gonna fire Lightning Bolt. Right, so let's play our Skullcrack, play Lava Spike here. Bring my opponent down to 12. Deck down to 10. So that's nice. We can Skullcrack end of turn, Skullcrack in response to life gain, or end of turn crack our Sunbaked Canyon. Let's see what they have here. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay. I think it's safe to crack this Sunbaked Canyon, even though they can like take one of our permanent. Having 3 lines is not that bad. If we were at 2 though, I would never crack Sunbaked Canyon. We know we have the Tarn in our hands, that's fine. So here I'm just gonna suspend Rift Bolt. Boros Charm is a very good draw. Means if they gain life gain, if they gain life, we play Skullcrack. If they don't, we Boros Charm them. Okay. Okay. Sure, you can take my Lava Spike. Yep. This is this is so easy. Well, it looks like something is so easy in the background. It is. Alright, so I think this is game. Yep. Just gonna go for it. Boros Charm. I think my opponent knows because I gave them a Lava Spike, so pretty sure they know we have it. Alright, so not an awesome league. Little 3-2 there. So fortunately we won against matchups that are sometimes hard. But recently, my list is a bit concept or constructed to beat Euro decks and Rakdos the Shadow deck. So this is the two decks that we beat at the beginning. Very fast as well. 9 and 7 and 10 and 7. Then we lost to, unfortunately, I think we lost to our own deck there. We mulliganed to 5. My opponent had Dragon's Claw game 2. Wasn't super great. No, it was against Silver Mage. Leonardo was playing. I don't remember. I've never remember like the third round I'm playing against. All right, doesn't matter. But yeah, our last round against Tron. Usually it's a pretty easy matchup for Burn, but recently I'm seeing so many Thractus lists that it's becoming more and more difficult if you don't know they're playing Thractus. Anyhow, still a lot of fun playing Burn. If you like the video, consider putting a little thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from ggforgoblinguide, consider subscribing to my channel. I appreciate every comment on my mistakes or my lists. And yeah, I wish you the best of day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'm gonna see you in another Burn video. See ya. Bye bye.